This video is on section 9.2, area and volume. Area is the region within a boundary. It's a covering like carpet squares. It is measured in square units. And the reason it's measured in square units is pretend you've got like a 4-foot by 3-foot room. I want to show you the actual square units, and I can do that by drawing lines in here. That's for 3, and here we are for 4. And how many squares do I have here? I have a total of 12 squares, and those are 12 square feet because that's a unit I chose. And another way to show square feet is to write it this way, feet with an exponent of 2. We will have charts in this section just like we did with 9.1 that shows us all of the conversion values. Now this chart is specifically for conversions within the English system. This chart is converting between the English and the metric system. So we first have a properties on the market at $415,000 for 1.8 acres. Find the area in hectares. Well, we know from this chart that 1 acre equals 0.4 hectares. So we'll do what we did earlier. We have 1.8 acres over 1. We need to get rid of acres. So acres is going to have to go on the bottom. We want to introduce hectares, so 0.4 hectares is equal to 1 acre. Acres will cancel out, and all I have to do is the arithmetic of 1.8 times 0.4, which is 0.72 hectares. So what we're looking at is the fact that we've spent $415,000 for 0.72 hectares. So now we want to find the price per hectare. Now remember, per means divide. So the price for this property is $415,000, and the amount of hectares is 0.72. So all we have to do is use the calculator and divide this out, and we're going to get this. 576,388.89 per hectare. Now volume is how much space is inside the object. So volume is talking about a 3-dimensional object. Capacity is how much liquid it holds. So there's a little difference between volume and capacity. But here's all the conversions we will use between the volume and the capacity and between English units for capacity. So a pool has volume of 10,000 cubic feet. So it has 10,000 cubic feet. How many gallons does it hold? Well, I need to come up with a unit fraction where cubic feet is on the bottom and gallons are on the top. So where do we have? Do we have cubic feet and gallons right here? So 1 cubic foot has 7.48 gallons. When we multiply, the cubic feet will disappear, and it's just a matter of multiplying 10,000 times 7.48, which is 74,880 gallons. So it's the same things we did in 9.1, we just have different conversion units to use, and you will have the charts available for those conversions. We also have the units of capacity in the metric system. Now before we look at this, we need to look down here. You should remember this about King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk, but oops, this isn't an M anymore. This is L for liter because liter is the basic unit of measurement for capacity. Meter was the basic unit of measurement for linear distance. Liter is your basic unit for capacity. So we don't have an M anymore. Now we can kind of cheat here if you know your French. In French, Monday is lundi. So there's my L. So it's still King Henry died lundi, which is Monday, drinking chocolate milk. So we want to convert between one unit and another. It's going to be like it was with the meters. You're just going to move your decimal point either to the left or the right. So if we want to change something like 5 deciliters, and we want to find out what that is in milliliters, there's our deciliters right here. Milliliters is 1, 2 to the right. So take this 5, which is right here, move 2 to the right, put zeros in those waves, and we end up with 500 milliliters. So it's like it was in section 9.1. Now this is another chart. This shows your volume and capacity in the metric system, and there's something kind of nice about this. It's a one-to-one comparison. Notice all of these are ones, all of these are ones, so it's just a matter of changing the units. You don't have to set up your unit fraction. So when you see this situation where it's all ones, you can just use the shortcut. I want to take 5 cubic centimeters, which is in this row, and change it to its capacity, which is milliliters. It's just a one-to-one, so automatically it's 5 milliliters. If it had been 15, this would be 15. Now you're going to be asked to find the area in square units of certain figures, and right now we're not using any formulas. You may know a formula from geometry, and we'll look at those later, but right now to find the area in square units, we're just counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not finished, but here we are. These are actual square units because those are squares. Now these two can go together. If I could flip this up, this is going to make this square, so that's number 7. If I could flip this one up, it's going to make this square, which is number 8. So the area of this triangle is 8 units squared, or 8 square units. So use the table along with your dimensional analysis to convert the given square unit to the square unit indicated. We have 5 centimeters squared, and we want to convert it to inches squared. We know we need to have centimeters squared on the bottom to get rid of it. We need to have inches squared on the top to introduce it. So look at your chart, and right there you have that 1 square inch is equal to 6.5 square centimeters. So when we multiply, the unit square centimeters disappears, and we're going to end up with the unit square inches. And all I have to do is divide 5 by 6.5, and we get 0.77, and I quit there because it says round to the nearest hundredth. You always have to pay attention on your homework for where they're asking you to round. Same set of directions. We want to change 30.9 hectares to acres. We multiply that out. We want hectares to disappear. We want to introduce acres. And here is our relationship there. 1 acre is equal to 0.4 hectares. So when we multiply, hectares disappears. We're going to end up with acres. And we just have to do this arithmetic on the calculator. 30.9 divided by 0.4 is 77.25 acres. 280 gallons to cubic yards. 2,800 gallons to cubic yards. Let's see if we can find our conversion. Gallons to ounces, nope. Gallons, no. All right, we got gallons over here. We want gallons to go to cubic yards, which is right here. And that's exactly what you're going to have to do. You're not going to go to the conversion number automatically. You're going to have to scan the chart and find the one that works. We need gallons related to cubic yards. So we have 200 gallons going on the bottom because I'm going to need gallons to cancel out, and I need 1 cubic yard on the top. When I multiply those, gallons will disappear. Do the arithmetic of 2,800 divided by 200, which is 14, and the unit that's left is cubic yards. In 1920, a certain country's population was about 79 million, and its area was about 2 million-ish square miles. Find the population density of the country to the nearest tenth, expressed in people per square kilometer. I'm the one that made this bold. In your homework problem, it is not bold, so you have to pay attention and watch your units. You know, after all, these last 2 sections have all been about units and unit conversion, so you've got to watch the units. So if I'm going to do this in people per square kilometer, I've got to take this, which was square miles, and convert it. So this was 2,984,042 square miles. And I need to convert that to square kilometers. So I need to find some chart that has got that information, kilometers squared and miles squared, and it's on this chart right here. 1 square mile is 2.6 square kilometers. So 1 square mile is 2.6 square kilometers. So you sometimes have to go back throughout the notes to find the chart that applies to the problem you're working on. This will eliminate square miles, and I just have to do the arithmetic of this 2 million number times the 2.6, and I get this. 0.2 square kilometers. So the first half of the problem was converting square miles to square kilometers. Now I can do population density. Population density is the population, which was 79,775,025 people, divided by the area in square kilometers, which is this right here. Square kilometers. And then it's just arithmetic. Divide this out, do the arithmetic, and it comes out approximately 10.3 people per square kilometer.